Hello guys, this is your Uncle Big Fish, and on this video we will be talking about the Titan. Now, without further, before everyone starts to complain and start talking shit about me, yes, this class is, it's fucking dumb. It's stupid, okay? This class is probably the most noob-friendly class of all time. It's absolutely broken by any margin. It has one of the best regeneration in the game. Very, very good sustain. Very, very tanky. It's got more resistance than the average class. Like if you see here on the very top left, resistance is the ability of a class to negate CC. And this thing has 15, whilst most classes aside from itself and Destroyer only has 10. So this class has a lot more chances to negate CC. And yeah, its base stats is absolutely broken, like you can see here, Therian entropy. Yeah, but we'll talk about that in just a moment. Let's talk about the skills first. Now, the first skill is Shatter. This is your range type skill. It has quite a decent range, about 4 meters. It does a knockback on hit, and if you hit the last one, it has a knockdown on hit. This thing has very, very good damage. It has around, let's just do the rough maths here real quick before we get started. A lot of people really like these calculations and shit, so we'll do that just for you guys. Okay, it gets 10% roughly, yeah, around 10% per level. So 10 times 10 equals 100. So it gets another base, so it's around 436, yeah. So 436, we'll be multiplying that with 2 times 2. So per hit, it will deal somewhere around 872%, and you multiply that by 2 because it has 2 hits. It has 1,744% damage. And now once you get the additional attack, you get a third hit, and it deals 120% of Earth Shatter. So 174, let's call that 17. So it has roughly 800 and give me a second. Give me a second. All right. Oh, we have to calculate this shit again because my memory is absolutely dog shit. All right. 872 times 120%. That will give 1,046. So 1,046 plus 836 plus 836, making this skill a 2,718% damage each, and it has 2 charges. So really, really strong, yeah, really, really strong skill. This is what it looks like. It looks different when you're in a beast form, but it's just a lot cooler. All right, next let's talk about Raging Thunder. Now this one is a very broken skill. In hindsight, it doesn't look like it's just 391. No, this thing gets 15% roughly, yeah, around 15%. 15 times 10, so that's 150%. So 931 plus 150, that's a 541% base power at level 10. It hits 9 times. So let's just calculate that real quick. 571 times 9, that's a 4,800% damage skill. Now, this doesn't look like, if this doesn't sound stupid already, you need to understand this. This thing has a flow. Increases attack speed when flow thundering footsteps is not applied. Increases movement speed when applied. When this happens, you have increased attack speed. And how much is the attack speed? It's about double. Yeah, it does like double the damage. It takes less. It takes like less than half the duration. So say like this one lasts for about maybe around 2.5 seconds. With the flow, now it's only a 1.25 second to get all the full duration. It's absolutely broken. It's a very, very strong skill, yeah. It deals a knockback on hits and a knockdown on the last hit. So you can actually do some really, really weird combos with this thing. You can extend it a lot further. I've gone like days into this and then into this again, and then you will grab someone twice and then you will use Raging Thunder again. That combo deals a lot of damage, but I've decided to change the combo a little bit to make it a lot more suitable for a much faster gameplay. Now, Raging Thunder has Seret and A-Hip, but I don't recommend you using Seret because this thing only heals once, so it's not actually that good. Whilst A-Hip, if this procs, that number you've seen on the damage charts will go through the roof. I've probably done somewhere stupid like 60-70% of enemies' HP in normal arenas with Raging Thunder alone. It's absolutely broken. Like there's no, yeah, it's fucking stupid. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. All right. Next will be the beastly windslash. This thing has one charge, but you will get another charge after you get level 3. Yeah. So this thing has 2 charges. It has it has an okay base power, I would say. It hits 3 times, but the 3rd hit doesn't have super armor in arenas, so you need to make sure that you know that. Yeah. Now this thing has a bound on hit, so it's actually not that great, but it has a pretty low cooldown at around 7 seconds, and it's pretty respectable. You can chain this a lot more often. This one has a pretty low base power, so you can probably use Seret instead for more regen. It works very, very well. I've been using the Seret set for quite some time. Very, very good skill, very low cooldown, long duration, and it has a bit of linger as well. If you see there, yeah, it has a bit of linger. It's quite nice. Next will be the Frenzy Destroyer. Now this skill, it doesn't deal a lot of damage. It's just like that, yeah. This is probably a farming skill. It doesn't deal that much damage. It's just a daze and knockdown on last hit. So it's not amazing, I would say. It's not an amazing skill. Nothing too much to talk about. Next will be Falling Rock. Now this is the crazy skill. Now this skill is absolutely broken. I'll just explain that real quick. So this skill gets about 7% per level, yeah. So 7 times 10, that's 70. So at max, it will have 281%, yeah, 281% times 4 hits. So it hits 1,124, yeah. So this is what the skill does. But when you get, now this is the niche, okay? If you get the passive, which is Flow, Instill Fear, and you get this stupid if you get this passive on, it will deal 500% the damage of Falling Rock. 500%, guys. That's absolutely broken, yeah. That's absolutely broken, right? Now, what does this do? This thing gets 2 hits. It gets 2 hits, and it deals 500% of the damage of the Falling Rock. Now, how much does Falling Rock does? So it doesn't actually do that much, right? It's just something stupid like 1,100. It's not a lot, yeah. But then what happens is, once this happens, you will actually get something like you will increase the base power of the first one. The first one being the 200 and fuck. All right, so this will get. Let me count this real quick. It gets an additional 300% damage of Falling Rock during Therian entropy. So this skill, the second hit at least. So it jumps once and it jumps really high and slams the ground. That skill has that jump alone, like the jumping skill alone, has a base power of 4,623% damage. Just the jump, just the second jump. When you add this with the first part, which is 1,100, this skill alone has a base power of 5,700%. It's absolutely broken. The skill is absolutely broken. It has iframe during the jump. It does not have protection in the arenas after it attacks, because the invincible you do have even in the arenas, but when it starts, so it has iframe when it jumps, and the moment it falls down, you lose the immunity. But you can actually cancel the windup with the beastly windslash. So there's a lot of frames where you can't be punished. You got like 0.4 seconds of enemy having a chance to actually CC you, but if you're not within that range, it's very hard to get punished. You can see this quite easily later on the You can look at this quite easily later on the arena clips that I've prepared for you guys. It was really easy, probably one of the easiest one that I ever recorded. Absolutely broken class, yeah, very very broken. And if the Ahi procs or some of them crits, yeah, it's kind of dumb. Next, Stomping Beast. Now this skill is just yeah, as you see there, it doesn't do anything. It's kind of gay. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Very low base power, doesn't do much, does have no branches, probably a farming skill, that's it. Next is a skill, Pile Diver. Now this one is his grab. Now this grab deals 800% damage of Pile Diver. It's not amazing by any means, it's not amazing, alright? So this thing has a base power of, let me check, it gets 6% times 10, so that's 60, making this 192 plus 60, 252 times 8. So you get around 2000 base power skill. But it's a grab. It's just a grab, guys. Like, it's not anything. It's just a grab. A grab skill has a 2000 base power. Like, absolutely broken. Yeah, very, very broken. There is an additional flow. So after you grab someone, you can actually jump, and then like if you see there, that's the first one. But if you want to jump, you can actually do that. You can actually do that. Yep, you will jump and then throw them to the ground. That'll be the second hit. Now, this is one of the only few classes with double grabs, and so the double grab actually buys for its own cooldown. The cooldown of this grab class alone, the cooldown of this grab skill alone is probably only around 6 seconds and 6.25 seconds. So it's a very, very short cooldown. The shortest grab cooldown in the game. Very, very short. It has 13 seconds, but the animation alone buys time for more than half of the cooldown. So it's just absolutely nuts, yeah? Yeah, this thing is very, 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 very bullsack. The only difference is, if you don't use the flow, as in you only grab once, the enemy is bound for a longer time than if you grab twice. If you grab twice, you do have a lower cooldown, but the bound time of the enemy is going to be a lot shorter, so you can your damage output during the grab opening, it's not great. So it's a lot better if you just use one grab. I learned it from Aitza, by the way, from the EU server. Thank you so much to Aitza Pizza, my senpai. Thank you so much for the lessons on Titan. Yeah, thanks a lot for that one. I've started to change my playstyle a lot more because of that. Pile a single grab into Raging Thunder's damage is absolutely ballsack. It deals like somewhere around 30 to 35% regarding if the A-heap or the crits proc minimum or high, or like a high roll. I think a high roll from like a high roll Raging Thunder from a grab deals around like 40-45%. It's absolutely ballsack, guys. Very, very broken. Next is gonna be Lava Piercer. This one gives you this. This one is a running skill, and it doesn't do anything. It's just a running skill. But this running skill actually has a niche, and that niche is this. It deals 500% damage of Lava Piercer, and it's quite similar to the what's it called again? To this stupid falling rock jump. It's very similar. They share pretty much the same kind of niche. It's the same, guys. Like this thing has an iframe during the jump. It's fucking dumb, man. It's so stupid, yeah. This thing has like the damage is quite similar with the falling rock. Quite similar, I would say. There's not a lot of difference. It's just broken, guys. Like I don't really have anything else to say. It's just so broken. The skill is very broken, guys. Very, very, very broken. Alright, so this one, yeah, just running skill. It just runs, that's all. The distance is actually quite nice. I think it runs around 3 seconds, I would say. I think for 3 seconds, it just continuously start running, and yeah, I think that's about it. And if you want to stall it even better, you can actually do this instead. I'm gonna show you here real quick. So I'm gonna run, and then on the very last second, I'm gonna use the Insta-Fear. So that will buy out quite a long time from the cooldown. It's quite nice. You can count 1, 2, 3, and then you can jump, and yeah, they will have a very low cooldown. It buys off about half of the cooldown, so this thing's cooldown is probably like 5 seconds. The effective cooldown, at least. Yeah. Now, next is Fearsome Tyrant. This is going to be a bound on hits. This skill actually deals quite a lot of damage. Like, if you look at it, this thing gets 14% per level times 10, because this is a level 1. 14 times 10, 140%, so 426 base times 100 plus 140, making this skill roughly around 566 base power. 566 base power, and you'll multiply that by 6 hits, so 3,396. Call that 3.4, yeah, 3.4k% damage. Yeah, the skill is very, very strong. It has AHIP as well, so there's always a chance you might get the AHIP to proc, and it might deal like even stupider damage. Next will be the skill Beast Slayer. This thing is just a knock up on here. It doesn't really do anything. It has no branches. The damage is just meh, yeah. It's not great. It does like 2,000 base power, that's about it. But it has no branches, so yeah, it's kind of gay. Next will be the Giant's Roar. This will be the buff skill. The only thing worth mentioning is that it applies your passive instantly or refresh the duration upon use. So you can actually say like your passive is about to run out, you will use this and it will refresh the duration. It's very, very strong, yeah. Now, the most important part of this video will be this, Therian, okay? Unleash your latent bestial energy for a certain amount of time. You turn into, you turn into a cow. That's basically what happens. Upon consuming MP 3 times, apply Therian for 30 seconds. Now, what does this do? Enhances, instill fear, and toss. So now, if you look at this skill, Falling Rock, this thing, it gets 500% damage of Falling Rock. If you are in your passive mode, it gets another 300% damage. Fucking stupid skill, yeah? Very, very. It deals 800% more damage. It's absolutely broken, guys. It's just so broken. Very, very broken shit. It does similar to the lava part, yeah? This thing gets one more extra hit, so making this a 3 hit total, and it gets an attack range of 20%. Yeah, the thing is broken, guys. It's very broken. Oh my god. All right. Now this one gives you a spell amp of 10%, so you have a basic spell amp of 10% into all of your skills. So whatever numbers I just told you, imagine that plus 10. That's plus 10%. That's what the damage is. All right. And it has a PvP damage taken, damage reduction 20%, very, very bulky class, heals 3% of your max HP every 5 seconds for 30 seconds. So effectively you gain 15% of your full HP. This is very, very strong. I think it's not 15, I think it's a lot more like 3 times 8, 18%, I would say, 18% of your HP, and then it gets a 4,000 max HP. This is considered an overheal, so if your HP is already at max, you will get 4,000 extra HP, although it doesn't last for forever, it only lasts for 30 seconds, yeah. This thing is very, very broken. This one, Wild Nature, max HP increase and recovery. When not applied, increases damage dealt to monster by 20%. You can turn off this if you want to not get, if you don't want to get the max HP increase and recovery effect, you will exchange that for more damage dealt to monster. You can turn this off if you want more damage to monster at the expense of your max HP increase and recovery. This one is only aesthetic. Applies beast form upon use, beast form will not apply. So basically I made my, even if I turn into beast, I will still have the humanoid form with the, yeah, that's the only difference, nothing else. It's just aesthetic, it's just look only, doesn't matter, only for cool, only for style points, yeah. Quite stupid, yeah. Alright, so this is basically what a Titan is. The class is absolutely broken, guys. Like it's just so broken, yeah. Very, very broken class. The damage is absolutely stupid. Yeah, this skill, this jump skill is really, really dumb. Yeah, very, very stupid skill. This class is one of those classes with very long lingers. So if you see here, I can I can use the dodge. Yeah, the dodge is actually quite okay. It's got almost no linger, but only got a little bit. But the neutral dodge, you see that it's got very long linger. Yeah, very good one. You can actually use like falling rock, and then like you can jump. Yeah, the falling rock has a decent linger, quite decent linger. Your beastly windslash also has decent linger. The immunity during the human form is a lot more long than when it's during beast form. During beast form, the immunity is actually shorter by a little bit, but it has been tested by effing. Thank you so much for that one, for the testing. Yeah, so the beast form actually shorten your total immunity duration, but it makes your damage and your tankiness through the roof. So I guess it's like, yeah, you get a little bit of something, but it's always often better for you to get beast form. Like your damage output without the beast form is quite sad, so you need the beast form. Yeah. All right, I think that's about it for Titan. Yeah, this class is very broken. There is nothing more to say. No more excuse for whoever used this class. This class is absolutely broken. I will be doing things a bit differently for the Titan arena. So this one I will play as stupid as I can. Okay, I'll actually play this as dumb as I can. I'll just spam buttons like you can see what I'm doing. Like literally all I'm doing is just pressing like 3 buttons. Like it's fucking stupid. Okay, I will not grab open as well because grab opening is gay. And I will show you just how strong this Titan is even without the grab opening. So those people who are telling me like, oh my god, Titan needs to grab open. No, this class doesn't need to grab open. I've used this class against very good players, and they all tell me it's like fighting a fucking brick wall. It's just impossible to kill. It's just fucking like too painful and yeah. No, this class doesn't need to grab open. The one who needs to grab open is you, because you noob, you gay. Okay. Thank you so much for watching for this part of the video, and we'll just move on to the arena section. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys again on the next one. Bye bye.